Hello, hello. I'm back. Got a couple new things for my mic, so we'll see if that helps the audio at all. I don't know if it's doing much, but we'll see. I'm planning to do some of the role quests. I don't know how much we'll get through, because I don't know how long these are. But we're gonna start off with the melee DPS ones for Endwalker. Just jump right on into it. It's your spoiler warning ahead of time. Let's go. Dhim, on behalf of Admiral Blufiswin, I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa Lumensa. On behalf of my people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering this star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plagued Radzat-Han have been sighted on the Lenoshan coast. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat. Yet there is much we do not understand about our foe. And as such, your expertise in this area would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Will do all that I can. Wouldn't be much of a hero if I refused, would I? I'll do all I can. Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. So this is my ninja outfit. Forgive me. It's something. Just couldn't find any pants I liked, so he was going Roman style, the kilt. And we're going with ninja on account of experience game, hopefully. Wait, what? Oh, Maelstrom Command. Never mind. Hello. Our man at Radzat-Han told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Dhim. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. Although you and the Scions have averted the final days, blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions, Vilbrand among them. I like that it registers that you already beat Endwalker, if you did. Tell him what we know. The first report came a few days ago from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagin. We've been treating their tempered for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports, in all their alarming detail. They speak of a most dreadful sight, their spawn brothers transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents at Radzat-Han to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy, as it was decided would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but so long as this abomination remains to harry us, we cannot truly say the storm has passed. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemies within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Radzat-Han, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral Blufiswin has decided to keep those involved to a minimum, and lead the investigation herself. Oh. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Yeah. You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet with our Sahagan allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. I have never done any of the role quests, I will clarify that, for Endwalker, so this will be my first time doing this. I am quite excited. Also need to get Sage up 2 levels and I can do the healer one. I did find out that if you do the role quest, you can get the dye, like it unlocks the dyeable version for your level 90 gear. Job gear. So I gotta do them all. You got shorts on. It's okay. Oh, there she is. Oh, you're standing too close. It's well past our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagan are nowhere to be seen. They did not seem the sorts to break their word. This bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. Yeah, I'm sure we can just leave a word here and then be like, hey, we're just, checking on you, making sure you're okay. Gotta repair all my stuff. Took a couple days off to recharge. So now I'm back. But in that time, I did Pandemonium. And so a lot of my gear is just damaged. Oh. Null is in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Who's Null? Ooh. Ah, that's Null. Oh, that was rude. My thanks, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You too have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Not the beasts. This won't be very long. I'm trying to be responsible and have a decent human being bedtime, so I'll be logging off relatively early. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly. What? Oh. Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet, it brought me no joy to watch them die. For, unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago, they were none other than our very spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, 'twas no curse, 'twas an evil like no other, innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies? Pray tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Dhim. Turned into beasts by the power of despair. This is horrifying indeed. Thus far the phenomenon here in Lenosha has been limited to the Sahagan. Why is that? I cannot say, yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shorewalkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsa Lominsa. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group called the Crushing Tide. Even now they seek to summon the Lord of the Whirl anew and consign all finless ones into the briny depth. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations. Just so. Those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Oh, hello, Jan. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple. All but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us, for this man has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. The great Dhim in the flesh. Honored am I to stand in your presence. Great nuisance, maybe. Together we will weather the storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This I swear. There is much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we will be sure to share it with you. I ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. Apparently there's a fate. Maelstrom command. Back I go. Need to do some hunt logs too, so I can get more teleportation tickets, which I think I mentioned last time. But it just popped into my head again. Oh, good old Limsa. The land of noisy folks. Let's see how long these quests are. Looks like they're not too long. I might be able to sneak a couple levels in on Sage and get the other one burned out too. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Noel, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. 'Tis a daunting task that lies before us. We will continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we have located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Do I get a level? Oh my word, are you kidding me? I need 7k? Your timing could not be better. The Admiral has just this moment returned from meeting with the Sahagin. I shall inform her of your arrival. Ah, Dhim, I'm glad you're here. We've decided on our next course of action. As you know, we face two distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagin may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumb to the change have all been affiliated with the Crushing Tide, who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put a stop to the phenomenon, as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance at peace. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we shall work in tandem with our Sahagin allies to redouble our patrols. Should the blasphemy surface, we will share this knowledge and move immediately to dispatch the threat. At the same time, we will pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table, and then see what can be done to convince them to stand down. A key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for their spawning grounds. 'Tis a discussion I tend to approach with an open mind. 'Twill be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds, and I have faith that we will succeed with the Sahagin as well, so long as we parley in good faith. Can only hope the Crushing Tide share that sentiment. I doubt they will listen. You're wise to temper your expectations, but I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, Null has sent word that one Dao, a priest who styles himself the leader of the Crushing Tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I will parley with him face to face at the Sapsa spawning grounds, and would have you at my side. If you do not object, that is. Excellent. In that case, pray join me at South Tide Gate when you are ready. From there, we will go together. Excellent. His gear is such a contradiction. Unlike the waist up, he's battle ready, got armor, and the waist down is like casual 90s. I'll probably put the level 90 gear on him when I get it. See what colors it dyes and then go with that. Because the style looks nice. I really like the top. I like the colors of the top too, but I feel like the purple doesn't quite suit him. All prepared, are you? Dao is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his ire. I was told he would be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he has been delayed. Let us speak with the Sahagin here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed light on what may be keeping him. One more thing. I come here as a representative of Limsa Laminsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. I trust that you understand. And with that, let us be off. She's now accompanying me. Okay. So basically, I gotta beat everything up for you. Okay. Well, don't target me. At some point I'll have to do the, tribe quests. What is this? Since when are these filthy shorewalkers free to intrude upon our sacred spawning grounds? Pray, forgive our intrusion. We seek an audience with Speaker Dao. Where might we find him? You will do no such thing, shorewalker. We have not forgotten what you did to Lord Leviathan. Be gone. We won't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. Yum. Merlweb have yet to arrive. Be sure she is at your side before attempting to continue. Why do you trespass in our domain, vile shorewalkers? Hello, Dark Helmet. We mean you no harm, Dark Helmet. It's just... oh, weird. We come only for peaceful parley with your leader, Master Dao. Where might we find him? We desire no parley with the shorewalkers who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we Sahagin would grow and flourish. Your grievances are justified. That is why I would speak with Master Dao and work towards a peaceful solution. Empty words from the thieving shorewalker. But so be it. Soon you shall learn the futility... Pardon me. Soon you shall learn the futility of your efforts. Speaker Dao is currently overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You will find him by the entrance. Though mark my words, you will wish you hadn't. We shall see. Thank you for your aid. I don't think that's the one I need. Nope. Alright. We ride. Ooh, that's music. Shore walkers in our spawning grounds. To what do I owe the displeasure? Speaker Dao, I presume. Our apologies for entering into your home unannounced. I am Merlwib Blufuswin, Chief Admiral of Limsa, and this is Dhim Louis. We come seeking a parley, that we might strive for peace between our peoples. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict any further will only lead to needless suffering. The menace both our peoples face is great indeed. If ever there was a time to set aside our differences and come together for the greater good, it is now. I invite you to join us at South Tidegate for formal negotiations. Shore walkers and Sahagin coming together. What assurance do I have that you will not slit our gills the moment we set foot within your territory? I can offer naught but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you into our home as a show of respect. I do not trust you, Shore Walker, but let it never be said that Dao of the Crushing Tide was a coward. I accept your offer, but attempt any treachery or subterfuge, and your people will drown in their own blood. Very well, Master Dao. I look forward to a productive discussion. Let us return, then. I shall send word to Knoll as well. I would have our Sahagin allies join us at the parley. Okay. There we go. Gonna parley with the Sahagin. I'm curious to see what the other quests are going to be about, if they're going to be the same. Thank you for joining us here, Master Dao. The air here sickens me. Be brief. Aye, let us get straight to the heart of the matter. Common threat looms before us, one more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagin and Laminson alike. These circumstances call for swift and united action. You doubt our intentions, but I remind you that we have liberated many of your kin from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and countless other Sahagin have joined us, of their own free will, that we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. Aye, by their deeds have the Laminsons proven themselves worthy of our trust. Master Dao, you and your Crushing Tide want only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting this threat together. Threats? Threats? What is this threat you speak of? If it is unity you crave, then submit yourselves to our command. Be as the Serpent Reavers. They are the only shore walkers I deign to call friend. You would ask us to willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the World. I do, for that, and that alone, will ensure peace between us. Preposterous, you propose not an alliance, but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for all Sahagin. Do you hear this, my spawn brothers? The shore walkers have stolen this one's mind. He decries Lord Leviathan and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous wretches have abandoned our god and conspire to drive we faithful from our ancestral home. We cannot, we must not let this stand. For shame. Forsaken by our spawn brothers, they side with the finless ones to blaspheme our Lord Leviathan. They who steal our spawning grounds and slaughter our children, our future, our future. There you go. Now do you see? I am not pleased by it, but do you not see? Behold, behold the— oh no, that's not good. Content indeed! Welcome back, Hisoka! Doing the Melee DPS Role quest for the first time. Behold this blessing. Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength. You would call this a blessing? Such horrors. Flee, flee for your lives! I can never not read that without the flee, flee for your lives. Oh, the beast makes for Aleport. I leave this place to you. Get it, Merwin. Strike him down. Splendid, splendid. It's not splendid. It's horrifying. Let all our spawn brothers be blessed with such power. Oh, are you mad? He's mad. He's insane. He's actually insane. I get a rabbit so often playing ninja. This is the second time you saved my life, Shorewalker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid. She got this. Bunny no jutsu indeed. The most powerful kind. See, I told you she got this. Oh. Partially got this. It was too late. I am sorry. There's no need for apologies. You are not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dao's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. The fool believes it a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceable solution will be lost should Dao and his crushing tide manage to wield these transformations as a weapon against us. I shudder at the very thought. And yet the true threat, the blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so. The first ones to transform are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, and the greater their influence over others. We can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there was more my people could do to help. I will have the Maelstrom patrol the seas for the blasphemy, that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the blasphemy too was born from a Sahagin, it could be sheltering in the depths, beyond the reach of our ships. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers and I to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. Thank you, Noel. Through our efforts combined, we might yet weather this threat. As for your brothers who gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. You have my gratitude, Admiral. And with that, we should return as well. There is much work to be done, and would see it done quickly. Did I miss a letter? Did it just say, and would see it done quickly? It does. There is much work to be done, and would see it done quickly. Found a typo. Unless it's fancy old English speak, but I don't think it is. Look at that. I feel like I just found an Easter egg or something. Too far away! It's so weird when you go into Limsa and it's typo. It happened. It happens. You should see some of my typos. I've made some bad typos. I typed Snickers once, but spelled it with an O, and then people started calling me Snockers for months. Ah, Dhim. I was just sharing our findings. You see, the danger is exactly as the Sahagin described. While Dao and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, 'tis plain they intend to seek one out. Redouble our patrols offshore and inform me at the first sign of anything out of the ordinary. Shall be done, Admiral. Sweet ass instead of sweet as in a work email. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hey, at least you got a good story out of it? Oh no! I worry that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I will recall our forces from Garlemald, yet I would reserve that as a last resort. The smiley face. Oh no, there's such pain behind those eyes. For now I must get to work securing reinforcements. I ask that you remain close by. We may have need of your strength all too soon. Ah, give me my level. There it is. About time. Old heroes never die. The Admiral left a message for you, and the news is not good. It appears that a Lominsan merchant ship was assailed by a Sahagin raiding party affiliated with the Crushing Tide. To further complicate matters, the vessel in question was carrying a shipment of crystals supplied to us by the kobolds of Ogahomoro. The Admiral suspects that Dao means to use the plundered crystals to summon Leviathan. She has gone to meet with Noel, that we and our Sahagin allies might take swift action. She bids you join her immediately. Should the worst come to the worst, your experience in combating primals may prove essential. Pray, make for South Tide Gate and rendezvous with Admiral Bluefiswin at once. That is interesting. Since everyone has the scales, the warding scales now, does that mean they can just handle primal threats on their own if they ever pop up? Because I feel like they should be able to. So I don't need to just go out and deal with all the primals anymore, because they can handle it themselves. Vacation for me. I've been on an island vacation since I finished Endwalker. I am already level 7 on my island. Just vibes by most primal threats. I like it. Just everyone's fighting for their lives trying to get rid of this primal, and the wolves just like T-posing in the background with a smoothie. Yeah, I've been enjoying the island. It's a nice relaxing thing to do. Let my brain settle after I did so much story. And my brain was just fried. Thank you for coming, Dhim. The situation is grim. The Crushing Tide plundered one of our trading ships and seized a goodly stash of Ogahomoro crystals. Though their aim is clear, it appears they yet lack the quantity needed to perform the summoning. Dao longs for the days when every Sahagin cried out for Lord Leviathan's deliverance, and will stop at nothing to see them return. I cannot fathom what the Crushing Tide are thinking. What satisfaction, what happiness can be found in giving over their hearts and minds to a false god? And so we must thwart their designs, lest the bonds we have forged be forever broken. By the same token, we cannot ignore the blasphemy nor the transformations its presence may bring about. A battle on two fronts, neither of which we can commit to at the expense of the other. Post rank 10 is the big wait for rare mob windows. Oh no! I have a friend who's managed to get the alligator. I don't think I've seen the Gobu before. I may have, on one friend's island. I managed to get the black chocobo, the ornery carcass, and the lemur over the past 2 days. So I have a couple of the rare ones, but I'm just kind of waiting, you know, to collect my shiny Pokemon when I see them. When I can, too, because I don't have all of the ranks yet, so I can't quite catch everything just yet. As we sail into the eye of the storm, I would hear your counsel. What course of action would you propose? Oh gosh, they're gonna let Dhim choose? This is a terrible decision. Let's get milk and raid a fridge. And we turn to the 3 great pirate powers for aid. Let us recruit the Yellow Jackets for the cause. Sounds like a job for the company of heroes. Let's go with the pirate powers. As it happens, I've already enlisted the Executioners, the Krakens, and the Sirens to the cause. They've done much to bolster the Maelstrom's efforts to scour the seas for the blasphemy. Gobu, Alligator, and Twinkle Fleece are all you're missing? That's nice. Oh, at least with the rare windows. That's good. Because then once you get all the rare ones done, you can just kind of chill and collect all the, like, not so rare as time goes on. So, if we're to seek reinforcements, we will have to turn elsewhere. But to whom? Well, Dhim's not gonna choose the Yellow Jackets, because of that one person from the Rogue Quest line. And this is me just, you know, putting my prejudice on Dhim, because I don't want to deal with that Lala. Because they're a dick. Company of Heroes. Now that's a name I've not heard in some time. 'Tis true they answer to the call many a time. Indeed, other than you and yours, they are arguably none better suited to the task of primal slaying. But they disbanded over 5 years ago, and neither hide nor hair has been seen of their commander since. Aye, absent their leader, I suspect they will be reluctant to join our cause. And yet, I can think of no better option. Yes! Haha! Don't have to deal with the jerk Yellow Jacket Lalafell. I'll contact Westcat, their erstwhile commander's right-hand man, and see if he will not hear us out. I will ask him to meet us at the Drowning Wench. Let us hope he is receptive to our offer. No. Might I trust you and your brothers to continue the search for the blasphemy in the meantime? Of course. Oh, but of course, Admiral. Should we discover anything, you will be the first to know. Dhim? Dhim? Watch your eye line. You're better behaved than that. He's not. He's a terrible gremlin. It's so creepy whenever you get out of a cutscene and it's just silent. It's so spooky. There we go. Upper decks. Ah! I'm very directionally challenged. Oh gosh, so I've been learning to tank, kind of. My directionally challenged self is having difficulty going the right way on the map. Getting there slowly. Mainly because I go the wrong way and I have to turn around a lot, so it's slow. My apologies for the delay. He is all wet. Wet cat. You're alone? So your plea fell on deaf ears. In doubt, whatever way you face is north. Party adjust, lol. Just face into a wall, party adjust. Turn tank stance off, face wall, party adjust. And here I swore 5 years ago that I was done playing hero. It just reminded me of the wine quest and I don't like it. Could someone explain what this is all about? Believe it or not, I am a respectable man with respectable obligations these days. Take that pole arm out of your arse, old friend, and stop pretending you're not still a murderous bastard at heart. Watch that wicked tongue of yours. Uode. Lest I skewer it and prove you right. Ah, nothing like a reunion with dear companions over a bottle of the wench's finest vintage. That is why we're here, right? It's the boy Bray Fox all talks. He's back! Long time no eye catch, Uplanders. Bray Flux's tummy tickled to see gobby friends again. Alas. Thank you for assembling on such short notice. Spare us the pleasantries, Admiral. Why are we here? It's the last. Oh, Are they a lass? I make a simple request. Reform the company of heroes and lend Limsalaminsa your strength. They're all shocked except for him. You've a reason, I'm sure. I would hear it. Ah. The lass. So there you have it. A terrible fiend, known as a blasphemy, prowls our seas, transforming the Sahagin into ravenous beasts. At the same time, the Sahagin themselves, specifically a hostile faction calling themselves the Crushing Tide, has declared their intention to summon Leviathan anew. Should they succeed, we would be hard-pressed to deal with the Primal while still dealing with the other threats. At Finks Twinkle Dinks? The #1 combo name. That's a pretty good name, I'm not gonna lie. They have no chill in this game, it's wonderful. A right pickle indeed. But the answer is no. The commander disbanded the company, and as his first mate, it's not my place to gainsay his final order. Sod that, I say. Have you forgotten our company's creed? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Are the people now in danger not the same men and women we fought to defend years ago? The commander would not have turned his back on them, and neither should we. Bold words, Landinel. But do you truly believe that we can honor them as we are? Old mercenaries past their prime, lacking the commander whose wisdom and prowess saw them to glory once upon a time. Ah yes, your commander. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What if Dhim here would lead you in his stead? Surely you would not question his abilities. That's exactly what I feel like, Dhim. An intriguing proposition. I, for one, would not be averse to serving under such a decorated hero. Gobby friend has goodly head for fighty think and goodly arms for thinky fight. As ringing an endorsement as any. But I would hear it from the man himself. Do you believe you are capable of leading the company of heroes into battle? Use the stones to follow me. Better battle than a banquet. Okay, I love the savagery of if you've the stones to follow me, but the ARR suffering in me is screaming to sass them about that freaking banquet, because of any quest in this game, that is the one I hate the most. I hate that quest line. I know it's not the wine quest, but I call it the wine quest. You have to go get the freaking wine for that Lala. I hate it so much. I'm going with that. Still nursing that grudge, are we? Yes, I am. And I will nurse it for a very long time. Aye, I suppose we still owe you a dozen favors. If you're willing to lead, we'll follow. Ah, that's satisfying. 5 years to the day. Truth be told, I was enjoying the more leisurely life, but when duty calls... Wait, before we proceed, I must ask, have we no way of reaching out to the commander? Forgotten how he took his leave, have we? Up and vanishing so we could each find our own way, apart from him and the company. I doubt we'll see him again, much as I wish we could. To the matter at hand, the mission you will undertake. First, you are to aid us tracking down the blasphemy that roams the sea. Second, you must prevent the crushing tide from summoning Leviathan at all costs. Oh, is that all? And there I thought we might get our feet wet with a real challenge. But in all seriousness, we should take care to decide who attends to what. Sounds like a job for our acting commander. I'm sure he'll give it all due consideration. Chooses all the wrong decisions, completely screws up the entirety of what should be done, and causes mass murder, mayhem, calamity, and death. That is the Dhim way. So if I understand this correctly, we're to bring down those so-called blasphemy. Of course, to do that, we'll need to find the damn thing first. We've also got to prevent the crushing tide from summoning their god Leviathan, a tall order in and of itself. As acting commander, it's your job to decide who will be doing what, based on the skills we each have to offer. I'd recommend you start by having a chat with each of us, so that you might develop a sense of the strengths and weaknesses, mostly strengths, of course, the storied veterans under your command. Oh, what? Okay. My specialty, you ask? Why, impaling fiends with this lance of mine, of course. The stronger the foe, the better. None are a match for me. It would be folly to waste my talents on dealing with those slippery fishmen. Set me against that so-called blasphemy, and I'll have the thing on my skewer before you can say Merlweb Bluefiswin. Pursuing and slaying the blasphemy, preventing the primal summoning. Yeah. Single target DPS. Go after the blasphemy. Wise choice. Send Lanandel after the Sahagin, and he's like to help them summon Leviathan to sate his bloodlust. Oh no! I will speak plain. I'm not some battle-crazed barbarian like Landanel. As Noon of the Yu tribe, a tribe of peerless hunters, I conduct my affairs with discipline and prudence. As such, I know better than any that to rush headlong into battle is rarely the best course of action. Far wiser it is to observe from afar and proceed with caution. Pursuing and slaying the blasphemy, preventing the primal summoning. We need someone who is level-headed to deal with the summoning. So I'm gonna go with that. Very astute, if I do say so myself. There are few better suited to the task of averting needless bloodshed than the famously circumspect Odon Noon. I'm not pronouncing any of these names correctly. As you well know, my vision is somewhat lacking these days. I can still defend myself when necessary, but I'd rather it not come to that. My condition also leaves me rather unsuited to scouting and searching. It wasn't always the case, but such is life. On the other hand, I'd like to think I've gotten quite good at sounding out the intentions of others during negotiations and the like. Yeah, you need to not fight something. You've a keen sense for these things, I see. Oh, yes. Don't put the blind guy in direct combat. Ah, you're so smart. More so than reconnaissance or battle, Shamani has a knack for working behind the scenes to see the company's goals achieved. That's hilarious. Hello! Okay, you cannot fight. Brayflock's master remaker of the Illuminati treasures offers much hand-lending with ingenuity. Far-seeing spyglass sees far into ocean deep. Crack fires go boom and blast beasts into bitty pieces. Okay. A logical choice, if I do say so myself. Greyflux's mastery of tools and armaments are sure to avail you in tracking and felling that beast. It would seem that everyone has their assignments. I hope I chose well. And I dare say the choices you've made are nigh impeccable. If I didn't know better, I'd think you'd been leading us for years. Oh, dear Wiggles! 3.0 kill death ratio. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad I sent her after the freaking blasphemy. And with that, it's time we got to work. I have procured link pearls for one and all, that we can keep each other apprised of our progress. You may pick them up from the Maelstrom Command. We'd best be off then. Should we have need to regroup or reconsider our strategy, call for us. I like how they're like, oh, we can't, you know, go against our commander's orders. What if we just give you a new commander? Oh, a loophole. I will return to command and share these developments here with the Secretariat and our Sagan friends. Do join me if you can, Commander Dhim. Ah! Don't call him that, it's too much responsibility. What? Did I just see a man sliding across the ground with his feet together? I think I did. Anyways, we're going back to Maelstrom Command now. This is my favorite thing when there's those little funny glitches that happen in the game where you can like animation glitch things. Ah, Dhim, the Admiral has apprised me of the situation in full. Furnish Dhim with a link pearl, yes? Of course, Admiral. Thank you. It would seem the company is trying to reach us. Already? They left like 5 minutes ago. Oh there, Commander. Just give the word and I'll come running. Lower your goddamn voice, will you? Watch your tongue or I'll track you down and rip yours out. Oh, they're good friends. Sound more like mortal enemies than old companions. That's where Dhim comes in. I'm trusting you to whip them back into shape. Make them a force to be reckoned with. He's like, okay. I will have the Secretariat contact you if there are any developments. I would convey them to the entire company by link pearl, but we cannot afford anyone taking reckless action. In the meantime, I will reach out to Noel and see what he has gleaned about the crushing tide and their hideout. Let us hope for good tidings, Commander. Excellent. I have a class for each quest all the way up through 90 for this right now because I had the 87 ninja, I have an 89 dragoon, and ninja just hit 88, and then I have a 90 reaper. Grave news, Dhim. We've just received word that Candlekeep Quay is under attack. It would seem the crushing tide has struck again. The Admiral asks that you deploy the company of heroes at once. Our man here will act as your signaler. Company of heroes is awaiting your orders. He matches the Maelstrom really nice in these colors. I like it. Candlekeep Quay. Both Lanandel and Udan Noon should be close by. What are your instructions? Lanandel is a hot-headed warrior who lives for the thrill of battle. Udan Noon is a calm and calculating hunter. Both can serve you well, but better if assigned to the task suited to their skills. Drive the crushing tide away. See the residents of Candlekeep Quay to safety. Consider it done, Commander. Oh, I did not read that all the way. Crap. Can I redo this? Understood. The rest of us will head there at once. Tell the Admiral you and the company of heroes will be on the way. Godspeed. No! I sent them both to do it! Oh gosh, this is terrible! What have I done? No! Oh no! Okay, well maybe with both of them helping it'll... This is gonna be bad. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, I need to read better! I do have to live with the consequences of my actions. I don't want to. I'm going to Morby Docks. Can I just hide on my island instead? And just, like, never continue the quest? I can do that, right? Right? Oh no! What have I done? What have I done? Oh no! I thought I was choosing between which one of the— Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Worry not, the tide has already ebbed, if you follow my meaning. Perhaps you're curious about how your men carried out your orders. And Del managed to see every last man and woman and child to safety, albeit grumbling all the while about how he'd rather be skewering fishbacks. I'm sorry. Udan Noon made full use of his talents in leading the rescue effort. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. By assigning both men to the rescue effort, you left the quay itself vulnerable to attack, and the damage was severe, as you might expect. I advise you to consider your orders more carefully in the future. I'm sorry. Pardon my bluntness, but you have much to learn about being effective theater. You'd best be a quick study or the consequences will be dire. Undo it. Reload from last save point. The battle is over, I see. 'Tis good to see the company of heroes can still live up to its name. Demand answers. Why did you target Candlekeep Quay? I'm sorry. Spit on your questions, filthy shorewalker. Son of a motherless goat. Start quoting Search for the Holy Grail. I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist. You would torture us? You shorewalkers are all the same. Savage brutes, the lot of you. Send them on the wine quest. Torture? Please, we are not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Brayflox's shiny treasure will have fishmen trading tongue flaps in no time. Allow me to explain. Shamani Lomani and Brayflox are well practiced in the art of interrogation. Shamani has a sharp mind, as I'm sure you've noticed, and a knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brayflox, on the other hand, her methods can be unconventional, to say the least. But it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is yours to make. Okay, I need to actually read what's going on before I choose. To whom will you entrust the interrogation? Shamani Nomani, please. I don't need the... But of course, Commander. Watch as I get him talking without so much as lifting a finger. They tell me your kind are particularly fond of Lenosian oranges. Might I interest you in a glass of delightful orange wine brewed from our latest harvest? Torture them with the wine quest. This is... Another glass, Shorewalker. I demand it in return for the crimes you have committed against my spawn brothers. A mere glass, my friend? Why, I'd be more than happy to offer you a full bottle, nay, an entire cask, if you provide us with the answers we seek. We have a deal, Shorewalker. For a cask of that blissful beverage, I will tell you all my secrets. I chose well. Again I ask, why did you target Candlekeep Quay? Dao himself gave the order, said we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city. He means to attack Limsa Laminsa itself, but with your numbers, that would be folly. Speaker Dao commands power beyond the comprehension of you shorewalkers. We have dealt with Leviathan before. You misunderstand. Speaker Dao says that it is a greater power still. The very first being blessed by our Lord. Oh, that's why we can't find the blasphemy. The blasphemy. Tell me where Dao is. An island far to the south and east. There he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One and deliver my brothers and I to glory. Thank you for your cooperation. I suspect that Dao is hiding out somewhere in this Seldaleas, a deserted island, most likely. I don't know much about those so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? We have no evidence they can, but we must operate under the assumption that Dao has found a way. I will ready a ship. We set sail for this Seldaleas at once. Prepare yourselves and meet me at the docks as soon as you are ready. I'll have Shamani and Brayflox continue the interrogation in the meantime. Our friends here might still be hiding something from us. Ah! I'm just glad none of the civilians died. Yes? No. Beautiful. Oh, the clash with the Limsa music. Everyone is here? Good. We make for the Citadelays in search of Dao's hideout. Our friend Noel will be waiting for us there. The blasphemy too may be present. Be vigilant and keep your weapons at the ready. Well, Commander, do you have any words for your men on the eve of battle? Duty of the strong, all for one. Is to protect the wake. Did you say all for one? Did they say one for all? We meet again, Dao. Where is the blasphemy? Tell us now so we may end this madness. Oh no, I don't like the evil laugh. Speak of the bloody devil. There it is. The dread beast I saw beneath the waves. The source of our woes. The echo of all the times. Wait, you can shake. Okay, so you can't shake off the echo. Defend the commander! Damn, not now! Oh no. I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched shorewalkers poison the minds of my spawn brothers with false words and foul magics. Our poor, beguiled brethren renounce Lord Leviathan and name him a false god. They treat the with Limsa Laminsa, and some even call for an alliance. Arcatonia model, nice. We must summon him, that the lost might receive his blessing anew. This I would gladly do had our stock of crystals not run dry. Spawning time is nearly upon us, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to birth a new brood when my children, grown, stand divided? Who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who will seek an accord with the Shorewalkers. New age is upon us. We needn't turn to false gods, nor foment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning grounds. The Shorewalkers have changed. They endeavor to understand us, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace, and we our spawning grounds. Could this be true? Lies, lies. Do not be deceived by that one's delusions, my queen. He is a heathen who has strayed from Lord Leviathan's light. The Shorewalkers are oath-breakers, now and forevermore. As they extend one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger in the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserving of naught but slaughter. Oh, for a blessed moment I felt the faintest touch of hope. But you are right, Tao. They are demons, and we are damned. Oh, for woe, my poor children have lost their faith. Their minds poisoned by lies, they turn away from the Lord of the world and cast their lot with the enemy. 'Tis so, my queen, 'tis so. We will have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning grounds and sink to the ocean's floor to rot and decay. Tao, dearest of my children, you tell then that we have no future. How can I bring new life into this world, knowing that my brood will have their hearts stolen? Oh, that did it. I cannot! Oh. What's happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Chungus. You're not entirely wrong. Such power, such beauty, a blessing from Lord Leviathan himself. I don't think that's a blessing. I'm glad that they point out that the echo is inconvenient, so this is a blasphemy, eh? I can see what all the fuss was about. Have your wits about you? Good. If you can fight, now is the time. Strike now, my queen! Send the Shorewalkers and their honorless leader to her death. What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Why, Mother? Are we not your children, too? Damn it, we cannot weather another blow like the last. Still don't know what in the seven hells just happened, but I'll be damned if I'm going to go down without a fight. Steady, the beast is feeding on our aether. We'll not survive a head-on fight. Landinel, Udo, remember the company's stratagem when faced with overwhelming odds. Retreat? Retreat! Retreat! Let's get ourselves the bloody hell out of here! Perfect. Tactical retreat. Oh. Well, this is a new face. Okay. Damn it all. I have better luck holding back the tide. How goes it, friends? Is what I would normally ask, but judging from the muttered cursing, I gather it did not go all that well. We barely escaped with our lives. To think the damned beast had the power to stop us in our tracks. Literally. What do we know of the creature's origins? Was it once a Sahagin, as you suspected? Mayhap the echo afforded Dhim some insight. An animated gesturing. Oh! Dao's villainy knows no bounds, sowing seeds of despair in our Queen Mother's heart that she might transform into that monstrosity. She was the first to turn, and there was nothing deliberate about it. Still, it's clear that his words served as a catalyst. If we kill the blasphemy, it'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagin's queen. That's not going to endear us to them one bit. I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life. Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? Were it not for them, we'd all be dead. I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. My scouts tell me that the blasphemy has left the island and now roams the open sea. I will order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find a means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again, we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy, first you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter? That the blasphemy is a Sahagin queen transformed. The blasphemy has the power to absorb aether. I concur. Now that we know how the beast disables its foes, we can use this knowledge to devise a proper defense against it. But that is not all we have learned. While the blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. I will send scouts to identify any and all large caverns and coastal areas that could serve as shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people, and to have any hope for peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle that we must win. All your strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. So they're like, we can't kill it. The blasphemy will ruin all chance at peace with the Sahagin. So let's kill it. Come, let us share our findings with the Maelstrom. 'Cause you can't like, based on what we saw in Endwalker, you can't like turn them back or anything. So the only thing is dispatching. Unless there's something we've missed. Now that we have seen what the blasphemy is capable of ourselves, 'tis more plain to me than ever that it must be slain. Nope, they're just killing it. Reach out to all trade ships entering and departing Limsa. Inform them that any sightings of the blasphemy are to be reported to Maelstrom Command at once. Understood. But given the beast's abilities, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes and Dhim, experienced primal slayers all, will find a way. And yet, I would leave no resource untapped. There is one more whose expertise I would call on, if he would agree. Even Wescat is at a loss as to his former commander's whereabouts. But mayhap Einzar could offer some guidance. No doubt you are still fatigued from the battle with the blasphemy. Pray, rest while you are able. When we are ready to take further action, you will hear from me. Till then, take care. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn this in on Dragoon, I assume. Oh yeah, I got some new gear. Ah, Dhim. I wish I had better news for you, but the blasphemy continues to elude us. Oh, yay, the thing sold. Excellent. Can you hear me, Commander? This is Wescat. I have an idea how we might be able to take down the blasphemy. Come meet me at Costa del Sol as soon as you are able. Well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed and stay safe out there. Kind of want to do the combat on Reaper because I have a suspicion that I don't think this stuff is bound to me yet. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do it on Reaper. I forgot about that. One of my retainers loves me and occasionally brings me, radiant gear. Apologies for having you come all this way, Dhim. Ever since our encounter with the blasphemy, I have been racking my brain to find a way of dealing with its debilitating attack. Sadly, I've come up empty-handed, and my companions fare no better. That's when I started thinking. If only our finest was still with us. He always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp he could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. It's thanks to him that we were able to slay both Leviathan and Titan, and live to tell the tale. The rub is, well, he's a bit eccentric. Yes, I know you could say that about all of the company members. But unlike us, he prefers to work from the shadows. Truth be told, I've not seen him since the day we disbanded. I doubt he'd help his old comrades even if we asked, but an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him. Whistle at the forked road, and sooner or later he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, in broad sunlight or the dead of night, he'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. But I've rambled on enough. Go on now. This may be our best and only hope. Okay. We're gonna beat that sniper dude? Oh, dog. Fluffy dog. It's not that I dislike the gear I have on Dragoon right now, but, you know, if I can get rid of it and, like, sell it on the marker board instead of keeping it, that'd be nice. Nice whistle, Dhim. Here I was enjoying my retirement. Why'd you have to go and bloody whistle? It's the guy! Call me Lawrence. I'm the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Yeah, that's pretty sus. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just curious how my former mates are faring. Not as curious as folks were about me, though. First Wescat, then old Mistbeard himself. Ha! As if those codgers could ever catch me. And now Eorzea's storied era summons me forth. No need to say why. You're going to ask me to help take down the blasphemy. Not asking you, I'm ordering you. Have you forgotten the duty of the strong? I'm ordering you. You drive a hard bargain, I like that. Who am I to refuse an order from the company's acting commander? So tell me, acting commander, what specific duty would you task me with? I trust you do have a plan. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you like getting up close and personal with your foes, so you'll be needing some support from a distance. Who do you suppose might be best suited to that role? Merleweb and her twin muskets can handle the job. You, of course. Damn right. My eyes are among the keenest in the realm, as you've doubtless heard from Westcat. In pure marksmanship, none in Limsa are the Admiral's equal. Yet Merleweb is ill-suited for a supporting role. Not for lack of skill, of course, but rather, come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. Well, see, I was just going with him because he obviously stopped the attack last time. Not that I guess Dhim knows, but... metagaming. Oops. Gotta butter up, our friends, you know? Has this always been here? I've, never noticed this. Huh. I should pay attention more. What are we looking at? Quite the view, wouldn't you say? I come here often to admire the sea. If you would, indulge me for a moment and I'll spin you a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Back in piracy's golden age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rotano. I was one of them, as was Merleweb. We were led by none other than her old man, Bluefiswin, most feared captain on the high seas. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiven though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. Aye, he was like a father to me. To us all, till that fateful day. Was in the year 1562 of the 6th Astral Era. Women's and merchantmen were struggling with nigh constant raids by the Sahagin. Around this time, Bluefis had yielded the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Merleweb, his pride and joy. She was still growing into the role, though, and everyone knew old Captain was still calling the shots. Old Bluefis had a noble streak, he did. Ordered us to defend the traders from the fishbacks. Merleweb led the effort, and we fought day after day to keep the seas safe. Oh, that's quite the face. The fighting was fierce, but we always came out in one piece. Until we didn't. Till after a skirmish, a Sahagin survivor, with his last breath, summoned forth the Lord of the Whirl. The great beast toppled our masts and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantmen as our own ship sank. Not to do but wait for the end. But then comes Blofus and his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere to pull us out of the fire. And he did. But the League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again. For even though we'd escaped with our lives, we soon discovered that Captain Blofus, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen under Leviathan's thrall. Of course, in those days, we didn't know much about drowning or tempering. Didn't know what to make of our captain as he grew more haggard by the day, his words devolving into crazed rambling. And one day he vanishes, taken off with half our men. Not long after, a band of pirates calling themselves the Serpent Reavers began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep alongside the Sahagin. At their helm was none other than Captain Blofus, who'd cast his lot with the fishbacks. Merleweb knew what had to be done, and to her credit, she didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under the cover of night with the skeleton crew without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo hold and joining her on the voyage. She was none too happy to see me at first, wanted to leave me out of it, she said. But seeing as I made myself known when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Her twin muskets fell in one after the next as my sharp shooting kept her safe from afar. We cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Blofus, or rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to. All bones, with skin shriveled and a tangled mat of white hair, eyes bulging from his head like a fish as he prayed to the Lord of the world. Merlwyb challenged him to a duel, but a dim memory must have flickered in his drowned mind, for he accepted. And so, with only me there to witness it, Merlwyb ended her father's life. The League of Lost Bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Merlwyb. She assumed full command and restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident and was named Chief Admiral of Limsa. I often think back upon that day, seeing her charge into battle, muskets blazing. Might seem reckless to some, but that's how Captain Blofus taught her, and she knows no other way. That's why I made it my job to support her from the shadows, and it's a role in which I'll happily serve again. I owe that much to her old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me, but watching ye from afar has answered that question. Aye, tell Westcat and the rest of my no-good companions that Lauren stands with them. No good companions. I was planning to go to bed about now, but since it's not too much longer, I think I'm going to see if I can push through it to the end. Get it all done in one shot. Did Lauren show himself? Yeah, he said a bunch of things and told a sad story. Haha, now there's a surprise. Had some hope your words might reach him, but never did I imagine he would agree so readily. Just one thing, Dhim. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention Lawrence's involvement to the company, Len Donnell in particular. They'll find out soon enough regardless. Do I not like him? At any rate, this gives us new hope in our battle against the blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Our scouts are on the lookout for the creatures as we speak. If the latest reports are to be believed, we are drawing ever closer. And with that, I'd best get back to it. Can I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom? Then, till we meet again, Commander. Excellent. Alright, let's see. I don't remember how close I was to 90 under good, but let's take a look. I do not know if that's going to be enough. Gotta love that noise in your ear just randomly. Hello. The search for the blasphemy continues, though I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. A marksman by the name of Lawrence, eh? The Admiral will be pleased. Of course, we won't have much call for his skills until the blasphemy is found. Rest well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Lawrence, why does that ring a bell? Not quite. Okay. The level 90 quest it is. Time to finish this up. Despite our best efforts, the blasphemy continues to elude us. For the time being, Sorry to interrupt, but I have an incoming communication from Westcat. Commander, we've snared ourselves a blasphemy. We've our erstwhile companion Real to thank. Knowing that the creature was once the Sahagin queen, he kept a close eye on the spawning grounds. Sure enough, he spied a massive black shadow moving beneath the water not long ago. After receiving word, Shamani Lomani directed the Maelstrom warships in the vicinity to herd the beast with cannon fire into the Sistasha Sea Grot. Isolated as the Sea Grot is, we can engage our foe without putting small folk at risk. Any words for your men, Commander? Company of heroes, assemble. Duty of strong... Assemble! You don't have to tell me twice. I've been aching for a rematch. Rush in blindly and it will go as poorly for you as it did the first time. Ha! Knowing you, I'm sure you'll show up just in time to see me deal the killing blow. Now, can we not save our vitriol for the quarry which I've lured to the perfect spot that is now waiting patiently for all of you to put it out of its misery? Brayflux's gobby booms blast over big blasphemy into bitty pieces. Motley crew you'll never find, but will serve you well when the battle is joined, believe me. This is Merlewood. I will ready a warship at once. Assemble outside the wench once you've all seen to your preparations. So the time has come. I shall pray for your victory. It's time. It's time. To the wench. The drowning wench. I gotta think before I say things. Sometimes just, words come out of my mouth and then I reconsider right after I'm done and I'm like, why did I say that? Ah, Dhim. The others should be along soon. Let's do it. May still get to bed in a decent time too. Trying to be a real human being with a sleep schedule. It'll last for maybe a day. The blasphemy is still contained within the Sistasha Sea Grot. There it will meet its end, navigator willing. Would that my brothers and I could join you in the fight, and yet, blasphemous though it may be, that beast was once our mother. I understand, Noel. Forgive us for what we must do. Were there a means to reverse the transformation, we would do all in our power to bring your mother back. Sadly, there is nothing left of her to save. For the future of the Sahagin and Limsa Laminson alike, the blasphemy must be laid to rest. And when the deed is done, I would bring your brothers, even the crushing tide, aboard the great ship we call Vilbrand. Tim, why you look so creepy peeking over her shoulder like that? I do not want to slay your mother, but this thing she has become, a mindless beast who would enslave and kill her own, is an affront to the memory of who she was. It is not her. It is not. Remember this always. You must. I will not ask you to shoulder the burden of matricide. When the time comes to strike the final blow, I will do the deed. Admiral, all you say is true, and yet... Commander, I've sighted a group of fishbacks, crushing tide most like, heading straight for the Sea Grot. Best make your way there, and fast. Time to move out then. Any words for your men before we set sail? Don't go dying on me out there. Today the blasphemy falls. Dhim's a bad commander. Our new commander's sounding more and more like the old one. But enough talk. It's time to show the realm that the company of heroes hasn't lost a step. Aye! I love the cat, rah! We'll stand a better chance of slipping past the crushing tide if we split up. Dhim and I will go together while the rest of you take a different route. Let us brook no further delay. To Sistasha. That's the first dungeon I ever tanked. I thought it was smart to start off as small as possible. My queen, I beg of you, pray show your loyal son mercy. It's Tao, or what's left of him. Speaker Tao! Why would our queen do such a thing? It is the Shorewalkers. It is as the Shorewalkers say. What we thought a blessing is in truth a terrible curse. The horror. We must away at once. And leave the Shorewalkers to face our Queen Mother alone? No, I will stand with them. You mustn't sully your hands with the blood of your mother. Go and be with your kin. Go. Forgive me. He is our sniper. I was beginning to think you wandered off a cliff, Lawrence. Must you say it like that? I prefer to think of myself as fashionably late. But enough talk. It comes. Well, that's quite the badass look. Oh, this music. I don't know why, but this music always gets me. Alright. Here it comes. We're counting on you, Lawrence. Give it to me. Oh gosh. I know enemy's weakness escapes my eyes. Just one shot here and... Nice. Huh, there we go. See how easy that was? I reckon you can do it too, Acting Commander. Oh. I see. There's a lot of these. Get Lawrence. Put you out of your misery. Oh, guess I'm the tank now. Ow. Ah! No! Okay, I'm glad that didn't backfire on me because I just had a moment of panic where I was like, I'm not a tank. Ah. She said it. This is so stressful. I don't know which one to focus on first. Enough ether to go blast in this entire island. We'd better work fast. Yeah, we better. Let me up! Let me up! We stand with you. Protect. Oh, Sahagin. Future of the Indigo Deep. LB's going off right now. not ask your forgiveness, but this I promise. You will be remembered for the mother you were. Admiral, I have no words. Our Queen Mother returns to the depths in eternal slumber. With your strength, you could have crushed us easily. Why did you spare our lives? The beasts and blasphemies are born from the despair in our hearts, but no more. I would break the cycle. Though Tao may have been blind to it, I believe in a future where Sahagin and Lominsen may live in harmony. Even after losing who she was, your queen made for your spawning grounds, and it is there she drew her last breath. When your next queen is crowned, know that she will have a safe place to raise her young. Once you have selected a suitable location, Limsa Lominsa will recognize and honor your claim. Promise for which we are grateful, Admiral. But what of the other peoples of Vilbrand? The kobolds are open to the idea. The details will need to be negotiated, but I am confident that we can reach an agreement. Sahagin, Kobold, and Lominsen alike yearn to abide in peace. We can make it so. I have never fought alongside shorewalkers before, but I must say, it felt good. We have fought our neighbors for generations. It has won us only suffering and tragedy. I beg of you, lay down your spears. Shh. It will take time and effort to bridge the gulf between our peoples, but bridge it we shall. Oh my goodness, he's trying to sneak away. Yeah, you're not conspicuous at all. If I hold still, maybe they won't see me. I dare say we have a lot of talking to do as well, don't we, Commander Lorenz? What? What? Ah, Landonel, if you'd just allow me to explain. Let's be off before they drag us into this mess. I was not expecting that, honestly. Oh, that's great. They didn't even give me a chance to redeem myself from those choices. I still feel bad about it. No! Perfect time in acting, Commander. You must save me from this bloodthirsty bastard. Well, Lawrence, let's hear your excuse. And it had better be a good one. Why in the seven hells were you skulking about in the shadows while we did all the dirty work? Ha! Like you'd laud'd be happier if I showed myself sooner. Can hear your whinging now. What, ye didn't think we could handle this on our own? I'd be bloody furious regardless. Don't think I've forgotten what happened, or rather what didn't happen, on the day of our duel. Even though the future of the company hung in the balance, I waited and waited and waited some godstand more, and still you never turned up. But I've got you now, and I will have satisfaction. Given Lawrence's penchant for late arrivals, I couldn't help but worry too. To say he cut it fine would be an understatement. And not by choice, as usual. My scouts observed him roaming near Costa del Sol not long ago. It would seem our commander's woeful sense of direction has not improved in the least. I'm honestly surprised you never realized, Landonel, that was to blame for his extreme tardiness. That the commander did indeed arrive at the agreed-upon location for your duel after the sun had risen and set a half-dozen times. Navigator, take me. Shamani, ye promised that you would stay between the two of us. That I would stay between the two of us. Ah, Brayflux, you must have a kind word or two for your old commander, don't ye? Commander Lawrence, commander no more. New commander, friend to Gobbies everywhere. Does many sweat works for Gobby kind. They like me more. Heh. And there I thought you were too much of a coward to face me in battle. Come now, Londonell. You know me better than... Uh-oh. Then it's settled. We fight here and now. On your guard. Put that thing down, I say. You could hurt someone with that. You're in public. Sulking. Hard to believe he was once the glue that held this merry band together. That's right. If you hadn't realized the obvious, Lawrence is our former commander. Forgive me for not stating it plainly sooner. I didn't want you to think we doubted your leadership. Oh, you should have. I was terrible. He's got his quirks, but as you saw, he's a force of nature on the battlefield. Anyhow, I think we can all say your stint as acting commander has been a rousing success. Now I reckon it's time you gave your final order. Company of Heroes band break once more? Brayflux never liked parting with gobby friends. Hear, hear. I may have my complaints, but when we're together, a good fight's never far away. You hardly need a company or commander to get you that, and should Limsa again be imperiled, there's nothing stopping us from rising to the occasion. Till then, you're all strong enough in your own right. Why not serve the weak in your own ways? Everyone's just kind of like, eh. Smug smirk. Oh. I get to talk to each of them. Brayflux wants busy work. Brayflux awaits Uplander's lip-flaps. The company of heroes be disbanded. No more cheese wars, please. Shh. Brayflux feels heavy heart, but accepts Uplander's bossy words. Brayflux has good times and happy feels with gobby friends. But good times will come again, and when they do, new boomsticks will bring blasty doom with much fastness. That little salute. Here goes Brayflux. Shamani Lomani. Well, let's hear it, Commander. You owe me a bottle of your finest Bacchus. The hero... Indeed, indeed. I mean to return to Wineport as soon as I've tied up a few final loose ends here. Speaking of wine, I've always preferred the older vintages. Left to sleep in their barrels for many a summer, they come out tasting better than ever. One might say the same about our own company. Alright, you. I await your orders, Commander. Look after the you, Bravenin. I have responsibilities, a tribe that wants for my guidance and protection. Can ill afford to tarry here much longer. Nevertheless, it is with some regret that I take my leave. For all their faults, of which they have many, they are my companions, and I will miss them. Why is he so smug? Well, if you've something to say, let's hear it. Let the company of heroes be disbanded, return to the whalers, and keep the murdering to a minimum. Ha! As if I needed you to tell me. While I enjoyed the diversion, I know as well as any that my true place is in Gridania, leading a respectable life. You may not have been the perfect commander, but 12 is my witness. I hope to fight by your side again. Farewell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've had quite the turn of duty, but all good things must come to an end. Any parting words before we go our separate ways? Give Gegaruju my best regards. Whoever that is. Heh, finally. I can enjoy some semblance of peace again. At least as much peace as a man can enjoy, waiting hand and foot on the Lord of Costa del Sol. Oh, that guy. It may have been rough sailing at times, but I rather enjoyed serving under you, acting Commander Dhim. Hey, Lawrence. And on that note, I ought to be on my way. Slipping away again, are we? You are a creature of habit. I resented you for it at the time, you know? But I think I understand now. Better to shun fame and not serve as an example for glory seekers too eager to fight and too quick to die. You're overthinking it. I'm a creature of whimsy. A man who lets the tailwind carry him where it will. But more importantly, this new age belongs to new blood. I've had my day in the sun. If you succeeded in brokering peace with the Beastmen, there'll be no need to worry about primals, and the company can go into permanent retirement. And then I can say I did right by the old man. If you hadn't been there for us both, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger. Oh. Thank you, Lawrence. Brother. Bah, I did nothing. It was you who shouldered Captain Bloof's burden. And that of the entire League. I'm sorry, Merlewip. I know it hasn't been easy for you. But I dare say you've worked hard enough. Maybe us company folk aren't the only ones in need of retirement. But I've said too much. Lauren's holding his tongue. Gods, you have changed. But yes, my greatest test as Admiral still lies ahead as we steer the great ship Vilbrin towards a new future. You truly are your father's daughter. I owe you my thanks too. Dare say ye did almost as good a job keeping my men to task as I could have done. Call it a hunch, but something tells me our paths may cross again. But forgive me if I carry on like I've never seen you before. Not unlike my old friend Miss Beard, I prefer to keep my past in the past. And with that, I'm off. Take care of yourselves. Is that an explanation for if they bring him back in the story and then he doesn't say anything like he's met you before? In the next expansion, they bring him back and his dialogue's like, oh, hello, good to meet you. For all the people who didn't do the melee DPS portion. The blasphemy is no more, but we will never know lasting peace until the crushing tide agrees to lay down their arms. It will be a daunting task, but as we saw in Sestasha, they are not beyond reason. I will do all in my power to see that your efforts and the sacrifices of my brothers were not in vain. Forgive us. Even after being freed from false god's thrall, we still we clung to our hateful beliefs. It was easier to hearken to Speaker Dao's every word and turn a blind eye to the harsh truth. Easier and cowardly. I will return and speak with my brothers of the crushing tide. I will tell them of our Queen Mother's sacrifice and the vision of hope you have shared with us. I ask only that you give us time and trust us to make our own decision. You have my word. If you would not be averse, let us return to the spawning grounds together. Adventurer, I have no words to express my gratitude to you. I will repay you the only way I know how, by doing my part to usher in an age where Shorewalker and Sahagin stand as one. Just us now, it would seem. Ever since we achieved a measure of peace with the kobolds, I prayed that this day would come. Though it is, of course, only a beginning. Negotiations must be held, and words exchanged in earnest will invariably lead to flared tempers and bruised egos. But such things always accompany meaningful progress. The history of Vilbrand is one of bloodshed, but we have the power to change our ways. After all, it is clear we are united more by our similarities than we are divided by our differences. I will share what I have seen of the Sahagin with my fellow Laminsans, and listen closely to their doubts and concerns. For it must be a harmony not foisted upon them from above, but one which they aspire to of their own free will. No doubt Noel and his brothers feel the same. Again, you have come to Lamince's aid, my aid, at a time we needed it most. When we next meet, I hope 'twill not be as admiral and adventurer, but as friends. Mayhap trading war stories over ales at the Wench. But for now, I must return to my duties. Drafting reports and decrees is hardly the most exciting part of my role, but it is a necessary one. If you happen to pass through Rod's at Han, pray share your exploits with our delegate there. Doubtless he will be interested to hear your first-hand account. There's my turn in. One day I will lay down these muskets of mine for good. But not yet, father. Not yet. Oh. The Admiral retires, who's going to take over? Sicard? Lawrence? To calmer seas. Alright, now we turn this in. And we are done. 2 hours. That's not bad. A couple hours to finish a role quest. And how many are there? 5? It's 10 hours of content or so. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Hello, Laminson Delegate. Dhim, you return. Pray tell what news from my homeland. We defeated the blasphemy. Extraordinary. And a chance at peace with the Sahagin? These are heartening tidings indeed. Without a doubt, you have helped to dispel the pall of despair that once hung over all of Vilbrand. Our people now bask in newfound hope? I must share the news with the others. Full glad will they be to hear that the threat to Limsa Laminsa is no more. Thank you again, my friend. Wait, I get all of those? Cool. You can now dye the job-specific gear for level 90 melee DPS. Excellent. And an achievement. It's loading. Complete the quest to calmer seas. Excellent. Alright. Well, that's it. Thanks for hanging out and watching. It's been good to have you along. Look forward to seeing you again in the future. Feel free to follow me for more. I will go get some sleep. Have a good night. Sleep well. Till next time.